This is another new song. My family came from Switzerland. They were living in Germany during the Second World War, and they were a group of artists called the Futurists, and they were sort of the off-branch of the Dadaists, if there's any pre-Nazi war Germany art buffs out there. And the Futurists decided they wanted to leave Europe, and Alaska was giving away homesteads. Homesteading continued into the States into the 1950s. And so they sent a scout ahead, a guy named Ewell, and it took him a couple years to get up there, and stowed away on ships and hiked over the Harding Glacial ice field with a ladder on his back. And he'd put the ladder over crevices in the ice and walk across it. It took him 2 years, but he found a place in Homer, Alaska, and the government gave him about 600 plus acres in exchange for, settling it. So he wrote back to everybody and said to come on over, but everybody had moved on with their lives by then, except for one woman. Her name was Ruth, and she was an aspiring opera singer. And she really wanted to have children in a free country, and so she gave up all of her loved ones, her dreams, all of her friends, and she moved to Alaska to marry a man she hardly knew. And she had 8 children up there. It's hard for me to imagine what it would be like to leave modern Europe with electricity and cars and go to Alaska where there was no grid, there was no electricity, no roads. It was a territory still, it wasn't even a state. The only way to get to town was 30 miles on the beach by horse and wagon. The only thing that they could eat was what they could kill or can. And she had to teach herself to be a pioneer woman. And she raised those 8 kids and taught all of them to sing and passed music on to them. And my dad looked like he sort of would pick up where she left off. He made a couple records and had dreams of going national. But my mother left us when I was 8, and my dad took over raising me and my 2 brothers, and he moved us back to the homestead, and we were raised in the saddle barn next to the cabin he grew up in. And he passed music on to me and my brothers, and I guess I sort of picked up where he left off, and my grandmother did live to see me become successful, and she took me aside with tears in her eyes and said it was worth it to give up her dreams to see them come true for me, which is such an amazing place. So I wrote this for my father and my grandma.
She stepped off of the boat to see flowers in his hat. The man she would marry was as hard as the mountains. She had 8 children in a log cabin. Soon I'd be another star in this family's constellation, the land of the midnight sun, searching for gold. I am my father's daughter, he has his mother's eyes. I am the product of her sacrifice. I am the accumulation of the dreams of generations, and their stories live in me like holy water. I am my father's daughter. My daddy raised me in a log cabin, and he sang for me the songs his mother sang for him, in honky tonks and empty bars, just me and him and his old guitar. He passed on a legacy wrapped up in a melody that I carry on, searching